Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for your loyalty. I do not always have the time to answer all the comments in the comment section, but I try, and some are either so good or so nasty that they actually stick with you. So although I wanted to do today's video on some historical data, it truly is more the actual work is truly more than we expected. And it will likely take another day, maybe even two, but I hope not, before we can feel confident that we actually got it all. So in the meantime, we'll continue with our normal royal fare. What a pity Princess Anne will now have to visit South Africa alone. Her husband, Sir Timothy, suffered a torn ligament while working on the farm and will have to undergo some medical treatment. That is really so unfortunate. They are such a nice couple. We wish Sir Timothy a speedy recovery. Harry will also not be jetting into the United Kingdom this or next week. Allegedly, his turn on the stand will only come early in February. Oh well, I can wait. I don't know about you, but I can wait forever. Well, whether that was orchestrated or totally coincidence, I think there is a sigh of relief that he will not be out of the United States for 3 to 4 weeks right now. I am again told, and by a completely different person, that Meghan is completely stressed and is not only verbally volatile, but is also jumping around like an Energizer bunny, achieving absolutely nothing. From what I'm hearing, Meghan is beside herself with anger because her 2 visits to the fire disaster area went down like a lead balloon. Justine Bateman's criticism indeed cut deep. But when it went further than that, and the likes of Meghan Kelly joined the chorus calling them disaster tourists, she lost it. The idea with Meghan's second visit was to try and show the world that the Pasadena visit was not just a once-off photo opportunity. But then what happened during the second visit with the teenagers? It turned into a photo opportunity. Harry and Meghan will never get it, will they? It's not just about the photographs taken by newspapers and magazines. It's also the photographs taken by the public, for instance, and sold to newspapers and magazines. Wakey, wakey. Anybody can be a paparazzi, even me, okay? Anyway, it seems like they will never get it. Never. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying, please don't take photographs today. Not today. I'm not feeling my best. I'm not looking my best. And I'm just here to be helpful. Please don't. Okay? And then you put your cap over your face and your sunglasses on so that they can only see your chin. And you can even cover that up with a mask. Okay? Doesn't matter. But you can just say no photographs today, because if you say no photographs today, then they shouldn't be. It'll be illegal to take photographs. Okay? Anyway, but she doesn't do that. No. She goes and stands next to a woman or, a young girl, and it's, oh, take my photograph, take my photograph, take my photograph, please. Why do you think I came here? Anyway, Meghan will never get it. Maybe Harry will one day, but Meghan, no. Her compulsion and addiction to fame is way too deep and way too nuanced. Revelations are now coming from others that Meghan bullied and treated people who were working on her Spotify podcast like dirt. According to these staffers, Meghan caused them to have to take extended breaks, and others left their job, and others needed long-term therapy after working with Meghan. Other former staff told the Daily Beast that Meghan was a demon boss who had psycho moments and made people feel like shit. And that is a direct quote. The more these reports surface from people who worked for them since they left the United Kingdom, the more the United Kingdom staff feel vindicated. A United Kingdom ex-staffer was indeed approached for commentary on the experiences and comments from the United States staff and Spotify people. And he, she, or whatever commented that for most people working with Meghan is just awful and very painful. As I always say, the numbers do not lie. When Kettler, the chief of staff, quit and left their employ, it brought the tally to, well, the newspapers say 18 staff members in 5 years who quit on them. But I went and recounted, and for me it was 19 or 20. It depends on what they're counting. Are they just counting senior staff? But in any case, it doesn't matter. Even so, I don't know whether they consider a press secretary senior staff or whatever. But if I count, Kettler was already the 20th. But never mind, we will go with 18. It doesn't matter. So, according to mainstream media, it was 18 staff members that quit on them in 5 years. But thinking about it, I think we tend to forget about the CEO of Invictus who quit. He wasn't on the list. Yep, in July 2024, Dominic Reed, CEO of Invictus, backed it in. Harry's chairman for Travelist also quit a week or two ago. India Gary Martin backed it in, although she only started working for Travelist in 2023. So if we go by mainstream media, that makes it 20 people. But even then, it's not exactly the truth either. I personally, and I can put my hand on the Bible, I personally know of 2 household staff. Now, what exactly they did around the house, I'm not sure. Maybe they were cleaners, maybe they were housekeepers. I really don't know, but they were working in the house. Maybe they were ironing the linen. I really don't know. Any case, the one I got to know very, very well. She even sent me photographs of herself. Very beautiful lady, okay? Her mother and her daughter. Well, neither she nor the other lady could stand working for Meghan. Meghan allegedly also roughly bumped the other lady, allegedly by accident. But according to the one lady, the one I dealt with, LJ, we'll call her LJ, it definitely was not by accident. LJ also had a youngish child at home by herself in the afternoons. The girl was about, I would say, if I think of the photograph, she was about 12 at the time. And the mother asked whether she could keep her phone on her in the afternoons, just so her daughter could let her know she was home safely, or so that she could phone in a crisis. Her husband was also working and her mother wasn't staying with them at the time. Yet, Meghan said no. They could also not park anywhere near the house. They had to walk in. They were not to have any contact with the children, although LJ left before Lily was born. Archie was there from time to time, but only Lauren, the nanny, was allowed near Archie. They were not even allowed to wave at him or make baby talk with him. Anyway, LJ got sick and her husband forced her to leave the job. Herself and the other lady did see a lawyer considering legal action, but at one point she sent me copies of WhatsApps and text messages which the other woman forwarded to her, and from that text I derived that Buckingham Palace, yeah, you heard me right, Buckingham Palace had been in contact with both women and had offered them money to stop the legal proceedings. At first, LJ did not want to negotiate, but eventually she also agreed to talk to the palace rep, and I did not hear from her ever again from there on out. So I would guess she took the money. And I mean, in a way, I don't blame her. I know that she had a rather big operation just before this offer came and she wasn't working. So, maybe, they needed the money. Anyway, so yes, I can state without a doubt that in the early days of Meghan becoming a hanger-on, right up until the later, maybe first, maybe even second year in Montecito, Buckingham Palace, meaning the Queen and or the current King, also paid to make Harry and Meghan's trouble go away. I'm so sure of my case that one day, or when needed, I will make a plan to get all of that data, recordings and email DMs and WhatsApps, off my old broken LG phone. I must have some of it on my hard drive as well, but the actual WhatsApps and all the SMSs and whatever, they are on my other phone. I screenshot them, so if they had fallen off my WhatsApp, they would still be in my gallery, and that phone packed up unannounced, so I need to make a plan to get it off, or off my memory card. Okay. Now, you cannot make things like this up. Really, you can't. And I can't sit here and tell you, look, LJ, I'm not going to give her a real name, LJ lied to me, or she told the truth. I got to know her over a period of time, and we built up a trust relationship, and by her giving me all her credentials, her name, her address, her telephone number, also sending me photographs of herself, her mother, her daughter, I can't see that she lied. Why would she? I mean, if I had told the whole story at the time and someone came to me and they threatened my life and said, well, who gave you that information? I could have told them. So, I don't know. I think there's a lot to back her story up, and, well, I fully believed it. Now, these bullying allegations, exactly just like the issue of the children's birth, will not go away. Now, King Charles is used to the long game, or to ignore things until it goes away. Well, you see, not this time. That strategy worked before the internet and social media. Now it doesn't. My children, even my grandson, knows the story of the Harkles, the royal family, and Harry and Meghan's children. So, I mean, maybe not now that he's young, but someday one of them will go. I wonder what happened to that story about the Harkle children. I wonder if anything came of those questions. And just by bringing it up and just by talking about it again, it will indeed start all over again. So King Charles, Harry and Meghan are naive if they think it will go away. It will only take one person, like my daughter or my grandson or whoever, to ignite the story again. And there you go. It will snowball, it will start, and we will all be talking about it again. Like another example, the John Benet Ramsey case. It happened so long ago. 20-something years, 22, 23, 25, 24, I don't know. But it happened a long time ago. And then things go quiet. Okay, then nobody talks about John Benet Ramsey. And then suddenly one guy says something, or he finds something, or he hears something. And then all the true crime creators jump back on the bandwagon. And everyone talks about John Benet again. And it's going to be the exact same thing. Whether it's Meghan's bullying claims or whether it's about Harry and Meghan's children. It will be brought up forever and a day, over and over, over and over, until Harry and his children have aged out and are not on this planet again. But for as long as they are alive, Harry is alive, and then his children are alive, everyone will question their true origin. That is fact, and the king can now go and make peace with it. Anyway, guys, I'm not feeling too brilliant today, but I will be back tomorrow with a much awaited research, truth, assumptions, deductions, you name it. This is like going to be a dossier, okay? My daughter said she should be done with all the summaries and the notes for me by tomorrow morning, okay? So we can just all hope and pray that it will be, because I'm really hunting for things to talk about in the meantime, because you see, that's me. I've got OCD. If I've decided this is what I want to do today and I'm unable to do it, then I'm like totally stumped. No matter what, who sends me, no matter what's in the newspapers, my head doesn't want to open to anything else. So let's hope she's done by tomorrow, and then I can start bringing you all the stuff I've spoken about before and the stuff I have not spoken about before. So, guys, until then, please take good care of yourselves. Stay safe. Bye.